The Haunting of the Ahwahnee, the Real Overlook Hotel. Deep within California's Yosemite Valley, beneath the towering shadows of Half Dome and El Capitan, lies a place that feels untouched by time. A grand hotel built for luxury, beauty, and the elite, but whispered to harbor something far older. This is the Ahwahnee Hotel, a masterpiece of stone, timber, and glass, a marvel of architecture and wilderness design, and some say, a doorway between worlds. For nearly a century, its halls have been filled with laughter, celebration, and according to countless guests, echoes that do not belong to the living. The Awani isn't just a hotel. It's a mirror, reflecting both the glory and the ghostliness of human ambition. And tonight we'll uncover its secrets. The story begins in the early 1920s. Yosemite was already known as one of America's natural wonders. Its granite cliffs drew climbers, artists, and dreamers from around the world. But the park had a problem. Its accommodations were rustic, its roads primitive. The National Park Service wanted a hotel that would redefine Yosemite, something grand enough to attract dignitaries, celebrities, and the wealthy. So in 1926, construction began. The project cost over $1 million, an enormous sum at the time. It would take a team of architects, artists, and laborers to bring the vision to life. The man behind it all was Gilbert Stanley Underwood, an architect already known for his work on the Zion and Bryce Canyon lodges. His challenge? To create a building that blended seamlessly with nature yet radiated elegance and permanence. The result was extraordinary. The Ahwahnee rose from the valley floor like something carved from the cliffs themselves, massive granite facades, steep gables, and broad wooden beams. A structure at once rugged and refined. Inside, Underwood combined Native American patterns, Art Deco lines, and arts and crafts warmth. He filled the rooms with handmade furniture, woven tapestries, and iron chandeliers. Every detail spoke of craftsmanship. Every hallway whispered of nature. When it opened in 1927, it was hailed as the most beautiful hotel in any national park. Presidents stayed here. Hollywood stars escaped here. Royalty and artists alike came seeking inspiration and found it. But the Ahwahnee was more than a luxury retreat. It was a monument to human willpower in the heart of wilderness, and that combination of beauty and isolation would soon take on a darker meaning. The Awani story stretches across generations. During World War II, the U.S. Navy took control of the building. They converted it into a wartime convalescent hospital for injured officers. The great halls that once hosted dinner parties became recovery wards. The laughter was replaced by the low hum of medical equipment, the soft shuffling of nurses, and the quiet pain of men far from home. When the war ended, the hotel returned to civilian life. But some say it never fully recovered its innocence. Visitors began to sense an unease, a feeling that the building had absorbed the emotions of all who passed through it. Joy, sorrow, fear, all trapped in the walls of granite and steel. Over time, its beauty began to fade around the edges. Ceilings creaked, lights flickered, and rumors began to spread. Ask any longtime staff member at the Awani and they'll tell you about Curry Tressider. Mary wasn't just a guest, she was part of the hotel's soul. Her family had deep roots in Yosemite. Her parents helped establish the park's early tourist facilities. When the Awani opened, Mary and her husband lived in a suite on the 6th floor. She managed events, welcomed VIPs, and ensured every detail reflected perfection. For decades, she was the quiet guardian of the hotel's reputation, and when she passed away in 1970, many say she never left. Guests on the 6th floor have reported strange sensations, the sound of footsteps pacing in the night, doors opening on their own, and the faint outline of a woman dressed in white standing silently by the window before vanishing. Some claim to have felt her hand smoothing the sheets or tucking them in gently as they drifted to sleep. Even the staff speak of her presence with respect. They call her the Lady of the 6th Floor, a protector, not a poltergeist. But as comforting as she might seem, others have encountered something far less gentle. In the 1960s, President John F. Kennedy visited the Awani. Because of his chronic back pain, he requested a rocking chair in his suite. The hotel obliged, setting it beside the fireplace. Decades later, guests began reporting something unusual. The creaking sound of a rocking chair, rhythmic, slow, and deliberate in rooms where no such chair existed. Housekeepers would enter to find the air heavy and still, as if someone had just been there, just rocking, staring into the firelight. Some say it's the echo of Kennedy's presence. Others believe it's the building replaying its memories. Whatever the truth, the sound continues. An endless, invisible motion in a hotel frozen in time. Not all hauntings take the form of ghosts. Sometimes a location itself seems alive, charged with memory. The Ahwahnee sits atop what the local Native American tribes once called Ahwahnee territory, a valley they believed to be spiritually potent. The Miwok people regarded Yosemite as sacred, a place of beginnings and endings. They told stories of spirits that guarded the mountains and rivers. To them, disturbing the valley's balance could awaken unseen forces. And perhaps, in building a hotel of stone and steel, modern man did exactly that. Visitors often describe a peculiar sensation upon entering the Ahwahnee, a pressure in the chest, a ringing in the ears, a feeling of being watched, yet not threatened. Psychologists call it environmental suggestion, the power of expectation shaping perception. But those who've stayed here longer insist it's something deeper, something that hums beneath the floors, as if the mountain itself is breathing. For most people around the world, the Awani is known for one thing above all else: its connection to The Shining. In the late 1970s, Stanley Kubrick's production team was searching for the perfect look for the Overlook Hotel, a place both majestic and unsettling. They found it in Yosemite. Kubrick never filmed inside the Ahwahnee, but he sent designers to study every corner of it. They took photos, sketched patterns, and brought those details back to England. What they built on set became cinema legend. The chandeliers, the massive stone fireplace, the geometric rugs and tapestries, all echoes of the Awani's lobby and dining room. When you watch Jack Nicholson wander through the Overlook, you're seeing the ghost of Yosemite's Grand Hotel reflected in the silver screen. Kubrick understood something about architecture and fear, that beauty and dread are often separated by the thinnest of lines, and the Awani embodied that balance perfectly, majestic by day, uneasy by night. Today, the Awani remains open to guests from around the world. Its dining hall still glows with golden light, and the Yosemite cliffs still stand watch outside its windows. But even now, the whispers continue. Housekeepers mention shadows that move on their own. Guests wake to find the scent of perfume in empty rooms. Maintenance crews hear voices calling from vacant hallways. And every so often, a guest on the 6th floor will leave a note at the front desk. A simple message: "Please thank the woman who checked on me last night." There was, of course, no woman scheduled on that floor. Nearly a century after it first opened its doors, the Ahwahnee Hotel stands as both monument and mystery. A masterpiece of human design surrounded by ancient wilderness. A place where time seems to blur past, present, and something else mingling together. Is it haunted or simply haunted by history? Perhaps that's the secret of the Awani. That beauty can be eerie, that silence can echo louder than sound, and that some buildings, like some memories, never truly let go. So the next time you find yourself in Yosemite Valley, look up at that grand facade of stone and timber, step inside, and listen. You might just hear a rocking chair creak, a distant laugh in the empty dining hall, or the soft footsteps of a woman who never left her post. Because here in this valley of echoes, every story leaves its shadow. This is the Ahwahnee Hotel, the real Overlook.